We just closed on our next large multifamily apartment deal. We just left the closing office and we're here to teach you what do you need to do when you take over a deal, because that is where we're at today. We closed. Congratulations. We are going to take over the asset right now. Our team is already there getting everything in place, but we want to take this moment to teach you. So because you're the takeover manager, you're in charge of the property management company, what are some things strategically they need to do if they just bought their first apartment deal to take over the asset successfully?
So the first 30 days are super important, and you just have to remember the first week, it's very basic, just don't freak out. A lot of things are going to come up that you weren't aware of or you interpreted one day during the closing or during the process, and then you get to closing and it might be slightly off.
Think about the keys. We just didn't have keys.
Yeah, we at closing, we were expecting to get keys or at least information where the keys were at. Nothing. Title was like, I have no idea.
Things go wrong.
Yeah.
I think hold it there. Things go wrong, and it's like you just have to be fluid and flexible with this. You're buying a business. You're taking over a business. You're taking over from someone else. We're just so conditioned and used to it now. So 30 days to figure it out. What else? Tactical things.
So first thing too, then make sure before closing you have all your letters of how tenants are going to contact you, and that there's new ownership. Previous owners, especially like on smaller deals, they might not notify tenants that there's new ownership.
Yeah.
On a bigger deal, they have to, but on a smaller deal, so if you're looking like 5 to 20 units, don't be expected for residents to be like, I had no idea this property was for sale.
And they're going to try to run the gamut on you of like, who are you? Oh no, this is fraud. I'm not paying my rent, right? So how do they overcome that?
Yeah, so you just want to hit them in every way. You want to hit them with letters on the doors. You want to hit them with text messages, phone calls, emails. And just be relentless with it. You just have to notify them. Once you get the first resident on board being like, okay, this is a new owner, again, I'm talking 5 to 20 units, the word is going to spread. There's new owners. This is how this is how you get in contact with new owners.
What else should they be aware of? Taking over the asset.
Yep, so taking over, also too, like maintenance. You just want to walk the property or have a team member walk the property day one.
What if they don't have a team member yet?
So if they don't have a team member, then you just want to make sure that you're on the property to walk that. And when I say team member, it doesn't have to be a full-time. Anybody that is a contractor, ask your real estate agent, ask a leasing agent, just have somebody on the property to walk it that first day. Because again, in a transition, there could be a 3-4 day period that nobody had eyes on the property.
Yeah.
Very, very normal.
Yeah. Before we had a team, who took over? Like, you would do all that.
Yeah, I would take over. And then also too, then as we grew, so again, reminder, if you're an out-of-state client, out-of-state buyer, it does not have to be you. So either I do it for out-of-state buyers, a team member, or when we started to grow and we didn't have somebody full-time, that handyman would walk the property too. Other thing too is do an audit of the rent roll and your leases.
What does that mean?
That's
because aren't they doing that when they're buying?
They are, but you want to do that the first week because you could have a move out. You could have a lease that isn't correct. Again, there's also...
They all moving out, be honest.
Well, but there's also...
50% moving out.
You have to remember there's an element called human error as well. Oh,
I can tell you about human error.
We lost the lease. We don't have the lease. I don't live there, or we just have Bob on the lease, but Bob and Susie should be on the lease. So you want to do a lease audit and a rent roll audit. Make sure your leases and rent roll match what you're actually charging the residents. So you might be prepared to close the week before. You put everyone in there. You put all their rent amounts in there, and then you do your audit and you go, oh shoot, I should be charging everybody also a utility fee. That's on my lease. I accounted for that, but I didn't put it in my property management system.
Got it. How soon? So like they take over the asset. We typically say you want to wait 60 days before you start doing rent increases. If you have month-to-month rents, things like that. Why is that?
You just want to get people comfortable with the new management, because again, they're going to be coming to you constantly. This was never taken care of. That was never taken care of. You also want to take care of like any deferred maintenance that isn't coming from residents. you want to take care of that immediately to improve the property, and you're showing residents you're there to make a positive difference.
I agree with that. Like when we bought 56 units, they were all month to month. You didn't do really any changes for the first 60 days.
Yeah, I think it was 90 days actually.
Then you started methodically, going after it. And what we always say is do it in bunches, right? So 56 units, she would do 8 rental increases at a time. See how many take it, see how many move out. If all 8 take it, you go do the next 8. Then you're kind of dialed in. It's an art and a science. That spreadsheet we created, that business plan, now it goes into action, right? So if you watch my underwriting videos, or if you're in our multifamily mentorship program, we do the underwriting with you. But all that goes out the window the minute you take over, right? Now like we are on the clock. It is our asset that the deed is transferred over. It's in our LLC. So that's the difference between someone who can just run the numbers in an analyzer and someone who like syndicates the deal, whatever, versus like owners and operators. Is we're teaching you guys that what happens next is really where all the money is made. And you have to be fluid, you have to be flexible, you have to be willing to adapt and adjust as things come about. So what we're going to go do now is go to the property, take over. That will be the next video you see on the YouTube channel. So drop in the comment section and let us know, do you want to see us take over? Like, we're going to go walk the property and show you why we're excited. Now we can talk about it's 120 units, amazing location, amazing assets, super excited to be owners now. Does it feel like you're the owner of the asset?
Not yet.
Not yet. It will feel real when we get there. So let us know. Drop in the comment section if you'd like to see that video. But don't get overwhelmed. You should be excited, but you should feel this sense of like, okay, now this is where the business plan goes into place. Now I have to go, apply everything that I ran on that spreadsheet and everything that I thought I was going to do. Now you have to go make it happen. I mean, the beautiful part about multifamily is you're in control of it. Like, you buy a stock, you kind of just hope it goes up. Like multifamily, small multifamily, what we teach you guys to start with 5 to 25 units, you are in total control of this asset. So don't fret. Things will go wrong. People will move out. You will, like, unexpected bills will happen. Like on our 42 unit, there was a $10,000 bill that we should have known about, but we didn't know about. I mean, just over time, it all just gets washed away with how much money you make when you own these assets. Yeah. How much rent goes up over time. Like our 7-unit apartment, the first deal we bought, it was renting for $700 when we bought it. Rents for like $1,400 today in the span of 4 years. I mean, that's crazy. So I can't wait to see where this asset's at in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Just remember, it's a big picture thing. Year one, I mean, you really said that really well. Year one is your figure it out year. Mm-hmm. You're not going to kill it in year one,
right,
but you're going to kill it in year 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, however long you decide to hold it for, right? Anything just to add on that, like shortly about year one taking over, like calibrate your expectations. That's to figure it out.
Yeah, no, I mean, you really have to remember that is you're taking over a business that has, if it's eight units, there's 8 people living there.
8 customers.
Right. So it's very unpredictable. I mean, just last week, unfortunately, we had somebody pass away in one of our buildings. We've had that happen multiple times. You can't prevent that. There goes the business plan for that unit, right? We're not accounting to turn that unit. Like, you don't account for those things. I mean, again, you're putting, like, in your business plan, you're accounting for, like, move outs and things like that, but unexpectedly, no, you're not accounting for that. So you just want to make sure that, again, you run your numbers, but just be able to adjust. And that's why we always say, like, this should not be your last dollar that you're investing. You have to have reserves. You have to have
reserves, because just things happen. But then once you ride it out, you're good. You're in the money. If you're buying 8 units, all 8 people move out, and you turn all 8, it sucks. But then you're done.
Yeah, then you're done.
It's completely done. And it's all upside from there. So we're here to teach you from the real world experience of a husband and wife team owning and operating real estate. If this was valuable, let us know. That's like your checklist of taking over a deal from people who literally just signed and took over a deal. If you want to see that next video of us actually at the property, stay tuned. As always, comment, like, subscribe. Grab my free book, The Small Multifamily BRRRR Method Blueprint, where we teach you all of this. It's in the description. You can grab it. If you want to learn more about the coaching program, the mentorship program, where we work with you one-on-one to buy your first deal, the link's in the description. As always, thank you so much for being here. We'll see you at the new 120 unit apartment. How many units are we at now? 257 plus 120. What is that? 377 on the road to 1,000 units, and documenting the entire journey so we can bring you along and help you get in the game. Until next time, we'll talk soon. Thanks.